welcome to Inside Leisure World number 30. Gosh, I can't believe we're already into 1999. But we have a lot of really good shows lined up here for you for 1999, and I want you to be sure and stick with us and not miss a single episode. I appreciated Bill Doan taking over for me last show. I had to have some dental work done, so it's good to be back. And we've got some good guests here with us today. But you know, before we get into visiting with our guests, I'd like to go out to Leisure World with Ray Jarris. He's been collecting pictures of the lights, Christmas lights in Leisure World. And I know a lot of you couldn't get out and drive around Leisure World to see the lights during the holidays. So whenever you're ready back there, Ray, let's take a look at those lights before we come back to our guests.
Betty, how are things down there at the studio? You know, I bet one of the last things you thought you were going to see until next December was any more Christmas lights, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you, I asked Dick Davies and Mary App to go out and get some of this footage while those lights were still available so that the members of our audience who were not able to get out to see them would have the opportunity. So, Happy New Year to all of you in the audience, and to you, Betty. And here we go. Well, leave it up to Mary to find roses at Christmas time. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Betty. No Christmas at Leisure World would be the same without Sam. And in fact, we're going to have his mistress on next month, aren't we? Right. So, that's it from inside Leisure World. Take it back to the studio.
That was really great. I know that a lot of our residents in Leisure World don't have automobiles or don't drive anymore and can't get out and get around to see all the lights. So I think this is just really great that you did that. And I went all around in my car and saw the lights. And some of the people in Leisure World really outdo themselves. Yes, next month my guest is going to be Opal Mangold, the mistress of Sam the deer that you always see decorated in Leisure World, but that's another story. Today I want to get right along here with my guests, Kate Pedigo and Bob Lukenbill. I guess Kate is really the primary guest today, Bob. I hope you will forgive us for this, but Kate's one of the most interesting people I know in Leisure World.
I agree with you.
There's a lot of interesting people in Leisure World, but Kate's really got it all on the ball. This lady is both of you are very, very active members of the Leisure World Video Producers Club, and Kate is a past president of the club. Kate is one of the people in the club that can always be depended upon for anything we need her for. She will run a camera, edit tape, produce a tape. She also has done Pedigo's portraits. that she's had some very interesting people that she has interviewed, and that's been on our Channel 3. But today, Kate, I want to introduce to the people your very talented, your artwork. You have been published. You have a book that's been published. You're a world traveler, a speaker. I could go on and on forever, but you know what? I'm going to let you talk because I do enough of that. So, shall we talk about your artwork first, or?
That's fine. I'd like to say that 7 years, the doctor came in a horse and buggy to assist with my birth.
Really?
Yes. And I didn't think I wanted to be any kind of a leader in organization because my mother was in the PTA and my father was in all kinds of meetings. But I finally got involved in the Eagle Rock Art Association, and this is a mural picture that I did. It's 4 by 8 feet, and it picks out the interesting buildings. In 1982 that was. It took us so long to get around to doing the picture that they changed the kind of buses, so I had to I had to paint buses with black windows.
Okay, so now you say that this is a mural. This is a photograph of a mural that you painted in. Tell us again where that mural, if we wanted to go see that mural, where is it?
There's 7 murals by 7 artists, and I have one of them, and they're in the Eagle Rock City Hall.
Eagle Rock City Hall. That is very, very commendable. That'll put you up in for posterity, won't it?
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah, that'll your name will go down in history. Okay, and let's see. You also brought. Let's see. What was the next one we were going to show? The one that you did where you got mugged.
Yes, I was followed home from a March of Dimes meeting, and as I was locking the garage door, the man touched me on the shoulders, and then he grabbed my purse, and I hung on to it. We struggled for it, and he finally went away. So I got all the bad feeling out of me by painting this picture.
By painting the picture.
And when I started drawing me, I drew me, and I said, "Oh, that looks clumsy." But then I says to myself, how graceful can you look when you're falling down?
That's true. I think that getting your frustrations out with your artwork is a very great idea. Let's see now. The next one you brought was, let's see. Oh yes, that wonderful house that you did. Somebody, what do they call that when they ask you to do a picture of their house, to draw their house? Commissioned you.
Yeah.
You were commissioned.
Yes.
To do this house, and that's pen and ink, right?
That's right.
Look at the detail in that. It's absolutely beautiful. You do a lot of your media is pen and ink.
I think my best media is ink.
Okay, and here, let me take that over here, and you grab the next one over there, and we'll see what's the next one we have here. I believe it's maybe the pancake breakfast in Seal Beach.
Yes, the Lions Club.
The Lions Club pancake breakfast. Our camera can zoom in there and get that. You can even see a lion in there.
Yeah, that was really a fun picture to do.
It looks like it would be.
Okay, I also have it in color. This is watercolor over the black and white.
You have a style of your own, Kate, that it absolutely fascinates me, because you've also done some of the same things in your book. Let us take a gander at your book there. Just hold it up. So
She's having problems.
So this was stories taken from your life, and as you wrote the stories, you did your sketches to illustrate your stories.
That's right. This is my father taking us kids all out in the country in the Model T Ford.
Well, I have a copy of your book. I've read it, and it's wonderful. I just, it's delightful is what it is. It's charming, it's delightful, and it tells how things were back in the early 1900s. What have you got next here?
I think this is next.
Oh, now we're getting into, let's see, what did you tell me? What river was this?
This is the Mackenzie River that runs from Hay River, Northwest Territory, to the Arctic Ocean. And I went the full length of it. We went on a boat for 1,500 miles.
But when you took this you took a photograph and then you painted from the photograph.
I took a slide picture.
And when you took the picture that you put on canvas, what time of day was it?
2 a.m.
2 a.m. and look, it's daylight. And what was that, the longest day of the year, you tell me?
Just about.
Just
Real
about
close to.
And this was up in the Northwest Territory.
Yes, that was almost to the Arctic Ocean.
Almost to the Arctic Ocean. So you see what I mean about her being a traveler as well as an artist. And let's see now, we're going to keep moving right along here with your paintings, because this is an interesting one too. This is, I think, one of my favorites. And there's also a story behind this. So you can see down in that corner, what's happening down there in the corner? What's happening?
Ran out of the gas after going across on that railroad trestle, and it was a very high bridge, and I was absolutely petrified going over there. And if we had run out of gas on the trestle, the guy behind us would have had to push us.
Okay, now this, tell me again, where is this actually?
Well, that's the Peace River. It's in British Columbia on the Alaska Highway.
Okay, now speaking of the Alaska Highway, we're going to go right on into that, because I believe you told me that you made 18 trips on the Alaska Highway.
That's right. We went the first year the highway was open to the public.
And that was in 1950?
I think so.
About 1950.
And we camped out and we stream fished along the highway, different places, and we had a special place called the Smart River. One year I didn't catch any fish. If they bite onto my hook, I couldn't catch them. And the next year I caught 6 Arctic Circle grayling about this long in 25 minutes.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Well, now, when the early 50s, probably clear up until into the 60s, when you traveled that highway, there were no hotels and motels and restaurants, as I've heard.
Yeah, there were just a few.
Just a few, but mostly you had to be self-sustaining to even travel that road.
You were supposed to even know how to do mechanical work, so if you broke down, you could take care of yourself.
And did you guys have any trouble? This was you and your husband now that did all that travel.
That's right. Well, we had a few things go wrong, like we ran off of the side of the road, something went wrong underneath, but somebody came along and took us to a garage, and we got it fixed.
So there were some garages along there. Right?
This was in the later years, yes.
And let's see now, you, let's see, what else are we going to talk about up there? You took that Mackenzie River, you went up that Mackenzie River, right, into the Northwest Territory?
Yeah, the rivers run north, uphill, up there.
How interesting.
And it was a gorgeous trip. The scenery was really outstanding. Bluffs and all kinds of things. My most important experience in art world was when the captain invited me to come up to the pilot house to paint. And he would tell me when to start, and you could get your little outline in, and then as you go on up the river, well, you can get your details in. It was really fun.
And you also have taken some trips on the Mississippi River.
Yes, I've almost traveled the whole Mississippi River.
So you certainly are a traveler. How about Europe? Have you done a lot
Oh
of...
yeah, I spent 7 weeks in Europe, and I've been to all 50 states, and I've been from the Straits of Magellan to the Arctic Ocean, and from Leningrad to Australia.
God, that's really something. And another thing, with all this energy that she uses up, if anybody starts the music, she will be the first one out on the floor to dance. And Bob here is her main dance partner right now at the moment. Is that right, Bob?
Well, I hope so.
You hope so. And Bob is also very active in our video producers. And
He's traveled a lot, too.
he's traveled a lot. But the one thing that you two do a lot of together is your work. Bob, you're involved with the Lane Victory.
Yes, uh-huh.
And just quickly, what is the Lane Victory?
The Lane Victory is an old World War II cargo ship, almost 500 feet long, that was given to our organization, U.S. Merchant Marine Veterans of World War II, by an act of Congress several years ago.
Uh-huh.
And it's in full operation now at Pier 92 in the Los Angeles Harbor.
And you and the other veterans keep that thing in ship shape, and you take cruises during the summer, which takes me back to the next point I wanted to make, that you and Kate videoed the cruise to San Diego this past summer.
Yes, uh-huh.
And Kate, I believe you edited it and
Bob put the voiceover.
put the voiceover. So you really make a great team, I
Yes,
would
we do.
say.
We do. And we walk every night in Leisure World.
You walk
This-
every night.
This is what's so great about Leisure World. You can walk without fearing that somebody's going to grab you.
That's true. Of course, Bob might grab you a few times along the way. We have to watch.
That doesn't count.
That
Betty.
doesn't count, huh? Well, let's see. What else did we want to talk about here today? I think we have maybe just a few minutes. What other organizations do you belong to, Bob?
I belong to the American Radio Relay League, which is an organization of radio amateurs. And then I am a registered professional electrical engineer, and I belong to several of those societies.
That's right. I remember that you're a ham radio operator.
Yes.
And you are also the operator on the Lane Victory. You're one of the Lane Victories.
During World War II, I was a radio officer on merchant marine ships. And then after we got the Lane Victory, I have been active as a radio officer on that.
Okay. Wonder how much time we've got left. Can anybody tell me how much time I got left? One whole minute. Well, boy,
I can say a lot in a minute.
we can say a lot in a minute, can't we? What else you got to say?
Well, I think that people would really enjoy living in Leisure World because there's so many wonderful organizations.
There are.
And Bob likes to go to the sing-along and the swimming pool
That's right.
and the golf club. And I enjoy a lot of other things, too. The Creative Writers Group is good, and the Historical Society. And we really enjoy the Geographic Society's programs.
And there's no reason for anybody living in Leisure World to be bored
That's right.
or have nothing to do.
That's right.
And they can't blame their age, can they?
No, they can't blame their age. And this program of your videotapes is wonderful for the people who can't get out.
That's true. That's the reason we do it. And that's the reason we appreciate people like you and Bob that will come in here and help us do a show of interest for the shut-ins. And we hope that you folks will stay with us and come back and catch our shows. Let us know what you do like, what you don't like, and if there's any ideas that you have that you'd like to see on the show, let us know about it. We'll be happy to do the research and get it on here for you. Next show is going to be great. We're going to have Sam's, what do we want to call her? Anyway, Sam's going to be on next time. See you next time. Bye-bye.